So hello there guys and welcome to Ívar's Fly Workshop. Today we'll be tying a classic dry fly pattern called Griffith's Gnat, and before we do that I'm going to show you a gift that an Icelandic man decided to donate to the channel. This is like a 3D printed tool rack for your tools, and this is like really appreciated gift for him. You can place your head cement in there, you can place your UV glue if you're using one, and you can place the bobbins and kind of everything you need, your scissors, and the Zappa Gap has a place here too, and it's just like a really cool product. He's also making like fly boxes and stuff online, and you can get it with your logo and with your letters on it, with your name on it, or whatever you just kind of prefer to get on the rack. But to the main part, first things first, like somebody said, we're going to tie a Griffith Gnat today, and we have to zoom in on the hook here a little bit so you can see what we are doing. And I've already placed like a hook size, I think it's number 12, we'll see, in the vise, in the jaw of the vise, and we are ready to go. So we'll start by wrapping this thin thread around the hook shank, take it all the way to the back of the shank. And yeah, thanks, many thanks to Ívar, my fishing partner. He actually gave me the grizzly saddle feather that we are using for this video. At the moment I didn't have the natural grizzly saddle, so Ívar decided to give us like 10 feathers so I could tie this video. The thread I'm using, that is like a really thin thread. It's a Semperfli Nano Silk Professional 2010. It's remarkably strong thread compared how thin it is. And the hook we are using, that is an Ahrex dry fly traditional, and this is number 14. And since it's a dry fly, I prefer to use like a thin thread to try to like decrease the weight of the fly. We don't want to use like a too heavy thread on the dry fly if we want the whole stuff to work, because the only thing that keeps this fly above and on the water surface, that is the grizzly hackle that we are applying to the hook shank right now. It does not have any foam or anything, so you might, with this feather, with this fly, since it has only a feather for palmering to keep it floating, that's the hackle, you might need to add like a silicone fat or something on it to help it floating. This is not like CDC or anything in it, and there is no foam or anything to keep it and preventing it from breaking the water film. So for the body of the fly, like the underbody of the fly, we are using, for this size of a hook, we are using actually 2 strands of decent good peacock hearl. But tying this fly smaller, like in 16 and 18 and further down, you'll be using only like 1 strand of peacock hearl. So we start by wrapping that evenly on the and around the shank of the hook to create the underbody. Yeah, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And you wrap that forward towards to the eye of the hook, and you'll stop with it about, like one wrap more, and stop with it about there, and lock it in with our thread and secure it like with a few tight wraps just to keep it in place. And then we'll snip off the remains. And Yeah, there are lots of dry flies that we use here in Iceland. Some people are like, um, not too fond of using dry flies here in Iceland because they think the conditions are so seldom good enough to use dry flies here. But the truth is that dry flies, they work just fine, even if it's windy, as long as you can see the fly yourself floating on the surface itself. It's gonna, yeah, it may result with a bite, but it like depends on, of course, if you're fishing in still water or running water and stuff. So the hackle is ready here. We just palmered the hackle around the body of the fly, and we are using this grizzly hackle. This remains of the grizzly hackle I just showed you. That's something which you can tie another fly with. Like, it's going to last for at least one more fly, so do not throw that away, because we know that in general fly tying materials, if it's just named fly tying materials, it's going to be more expensive. That's just nature of the game. You can go to a crafting store and find stuff and buy it for cheap, but as soon as they mark it as a fly tying material, it's going to jump up in price. But anyway, we'll just do a whip finish here, double knot, slide our scissors up and cut away and snip away the thread. And then we're going to apply just a little bit of Solaris bone cure. Yeah, I got a request about the bone cure just from some Icelandic guy. I have to actually reply him and tell him what I bought it, because I haven't seen the Solaris bone cure in the tackle stores here in Iceland, but this one actually is something I got a friend of mine in Florida to buy for me and ship over. You can find the bone cure kind of, many places online, and it's a great material to finish off the head of the fly like this. With this fly, some people prefer to cut the hackle, like leave the hackle on the top and cut the hackle on the belly, so it sits right on the water, and the gauge and the bend and the point of the hook is facing downwards. But doing that, you'll be decreasing the buoyancy of the fly. So I'm gonna just leave it like it is in its natural and original version. But you can actually tie this fly in more, like with more and other methods than I'm doing. I'm just doing the most simple one to show you the easiest way to do so. Yeah, if you like, you can support the channel. Not mandatory, not at all. My videos will remain free. It's no Patreon or anything. It's gonna be remaining free. I will stand by my words on that. But if you want to support me, the channel, you can find info for the support in the video description below. Yeah, I just want to say thanks for watching. This is the Griffith's Gnat, and remember to like, share, and subscribe to the video. And I will see you guys in the next video.